Imagine this. You have a good job. Your salary comes every month. You pay your bills. You have a few subscriptions, a loan EMI, a credit card, and maybe a little money sitting in your bank account. Everything looks normal. Then suddenly, you lose your job, or your business income falls, or an unexpected family expense arrives. Your monthly income becomes zero, but your expenses continue. Rent doesn't stop. EMIs don't stop. Electricity bills don't stop. Credit card payments don't stop. And that's when you discover something uncomfortable. You weren't financially secure. You were simply having a good month. One bad month can reveal the weaknesses in your entire financial life. But here's the good news. You don't need to be rich to protect yourself. You need a system. Today, we're going to explore the powerful money lessons behind the idea of one bad month and how preparing for difficult months can help you build long-term wealth. The month that changed everything. Meet Rahul. Rahul was 29 years old. He had a decent salary, lived comfortably, and never considered himself financially irresponsible. Every month, his salary arrived. He paid his rent. He paid his EMI. He ordered food. He went out with friends. He bought gadgets on EMI. And whatever was left at the end of the month usually disappeared. Rahul thought, I earn enough. Why should I worry? Then one Monday morning, his manager called him. The company was reducing its workforce. Rahul lost his job. At first, he wasn't worried. He thought, I'll find another job within a month. But 1 month became 2. Then 3. His savings were almost gone. His credit card balance increased. He started borrowing money. And suddenly, a person with a good salary became financially stressed. The problem wasn't that Rahul lost his job. The deeper problem was that his lifestyle depended completely on his next salary. And this is one of the biggest financial mistakes people make. They build their lifestyle around their best months instead of preparing for their worst months. Your income is not your wealth. Many people believe high income is equal to rich. But that's not necessarily true. Someone earning 2 lakh rupees per month can still be financially fragile. Another person earning 60,000 rupees per month can have a stronger financial foundation. Why? Because wealth isn't simply about how much money comes in. It's about how much you keep, how much you invest, how much debt you carry, and how long you can survive without income. Imagine two people. Person A earns 1 lakh rupees every month but spends 95,000 rupees. Person B earns 70,000 rupees but spends 45,000 rupees. Who is financially stronger? Person B may have less income, but they have 25,000 rupees available for saving and investing. Person A has only 5,000 rupees. Now imagine both lose their jobs. Person A may panic quickly. Person B has a much larger financial cushion. This teaches us an important lesson. Income can make you comfortable. Savings can make you resilient. Investments can help you build wealth. The power of an emergency fund. One of the most important protections against a bad month is an emergency fund. Think of it as your financial airbag. You hope you never need it. But if something goes wrong, it protects you from a major financial crash. Suppose your essential monthly expenses are 40,000 rupees. You could begin by building an emergency reserve of several months of essential expenses. For example, 40,000 rupees times 6 months is equal to 2.4 lakh rupees. The exact amount depends on your job stability, family responsibilities, debt, and circumstances. The important thing is to start. Don't think, I need 2 lakh rupees immediately. Instead think, how can I save my first 10,000 rupees? Then 25,000 rupees. Then 50,000 rupees. Then 1 month's expenses. Slowly, the safety net grows. And when the bad month comes, you don't have to immediately swipe your credit card or borrow money. You have breathing room. Stop living like every month will be perfect. Here's a dangerous financial habit. Spending your entire salary because you expect the next salary to arrive. You receive a bonus. You upgrade your phone. You receive a raise. You upgrade your lifestyle. You get a bigger salary. You move into a more expensive house. Your income rises. Your expenses rise with it. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it can quietly prevent wealth creation. Instead of increasing your lifestyle every time your income increases, consider increasing your wealth building rate. For example, if your salary increases by 10,000 rupees, don't automatically spend all 10,000 rupees. You might direct part of the increase toward emergency savings, debt repayment, retirement, invest in long-term goals. Enjoy some of the increase. But don't let every raise become a new permanent expense. Because once an expense becomes part of your lifestyle, it's difficult to remove. Debt can turn a bad month into a disaster. Debt isn't always bad. A carefully considered loan for a productive purpose can sometimes be useful. But expensive consumer debt can become dangerous. Imagine someone loses their job while carrying personal loan, EMI, credit card, debt card, buy now pay later payments. Their income disappears, but their obligations remain. That's why one important wealth building principle is, don't let debt consume your future income. Before taking a loan, ask, what happens if my income disappears for 6 months? If the answer is, I would immediately be in trouble, then your financial structure may be too fragile. The goal isn't to avoid every form of debt. The goal is to make sure your debt doesn't control your life. Your emergency fund is not your investment fund. This distinction is extremely important. Your emergency money has a different purpose from your long-term investment money. Investment money is designed to grow over time. Emergency money is designed to be available when life goes wrong. Imagine the stock market falls at exactly the same time you lose your job. If all your money is invested and you urgently need cash, you may be forced to sell investments at an unfavorable time. That's why many people separate their financial system into different buckets. Bucket 1, safety, emergency savings. Bucket 2, stability, debt reduction and insurance protection. Bucket 3, growth, long-term investments. Bucket 4, goals, education, home, business, travel, or other planned expenses. Each rupee has a job. And when your money has a job, you're less likely to spend it randomly. Build more than one source of income. Imagine a table standing on one leg. It can balance, but if that one leg breaks, the entire table falls. Now imagine a table with 4 legs. It's much more stable. Your income can work the same way. A single salary is one source. But depending on your situation, you could eventually develop additional sources such as freelancing, consulting, digital products, small business, content creation, skill-based services, investment income. You don't need 5 businesses tomorrow. Start with one additional skill. Maybe you know video editing. Maybe you're good at writing. Maybe you can teach. Maybe you understand design. Maybe you can sell a service online. The goal isn't to become rich overnight. The goal is to make yourself less dependent on one paycheck. The real purpose of wealth. Here's something people often misunderstand. The purpose of building wealth isn't simply to buy expensive things. Wealth can provide something much more valuable. Freedom. Freedom to say no to a bad job. Freedom to handle an emergency. Freedom to help your family. Freedom to take time to learn a new skill. Freedom to make decisions without immediate financial panic. That's why your savings rate matters. That's why investments matter. That's why controlling debt matters. Every time you save instead of unnecessarily spending, you're buying a small piece of future freedom. Don't wait for a bad month to test your finances. Here's a simple exercise. Imagine that tomorrow your income becomes 0. Don't panic. Just calculate. Ask yourself, how many months can I survive? Then write down your essential expenses. For example, rent 15,000 rupees, food 10,000 rupees, utilities 4,000 rupees, transport 4,000 rupees, insurance 3,000 rupees, other essentials 4,000 rupees, total 40,000 rupee per month. Now look at your accessible emergency savings. Suppose you have 80,000 rupees. That's roughly 2 months of essential expenses. Maybe that's not enough for your circumstances. Now you know exactly what you need to work on. This is the power of financial awareness. You can't improve a number you don't know. The 30-day money reset. If you want to strengthen your financial life, start with a simple 30-day challenge. Week 1, track everything. Write down every expense. Don't judge yourself. Just observe. You may discover that small expenses are consuming more money than you realized. Week 2, cut unnecessary expenses. Look for subscriptions you don't use. Impulse purchases. Unnecessary food delivery. Lifestyle expenses that don't provide real value. Don't eliminate everything enjoyable. Simply remove what doesn't matter. Week 3, build your safety fund. Automate a fixed amount toward emergency savings immediately after receiving income. Treat saving like a bill, because your future self deserves to be paid too. Week 4, create your wealth plan. Decide. How much will you save? How much will you invest? Which debt will you repay? Which skill will you develop? What financial goal are you working toward? A month of awareness can change the direction of your next decade. Your financial life isn't tested when everything is going well. It's tested when something goes wrong, when income disappears, when an unexpected expense arrives, when the economy slows down, when your business struggles, when life doesn't follow your plan. That's why you shouldn't build your financial life around perfect months. Build it around resilience. Save before you spend. Control unnecessary debt. Build an emergency fund. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Invest for the long term. Develop valuable skills. And whenever your income increases, don't simply ask, "What can I buy now?" Ask, "How much stronger can I make my financial future?" Because one bad month shouldn't destroy years of hard work. Your goal is to reach a point where a bad month is just a bad month, not a financial disaster. And perhaps that's one of the most important definitions of wealth. Wealth is not only having enough money to enjoy a good life. Wealth is having enough financial strength to survive a difficult one. So start today. Save your first 1,000 rupees. Pay down one unnecessary debt. Track your expenses. Build your emergency fund. Learn one valuable skill. Invest consistently according to your goals and risk tolerance. You don't need to become rich this month. You simply need to become stronger than you were last month. And if you do that consistently for years, one day you'll look back and realize the biggest change in your financial life didn't happen when you earned more money. It happened when you learned how to protect, manage, and grow the money you already had. If this video helped you think differently about money, subscribe for more practical book summaries and wealth building lessons.